Okay, so for the last maybe week, I have been living in a total fantasy world and I am happy with that. So I always do the thing where I run it by my brain. Is this harmful to myself? Is this harmful to others? Am I creating havoc anywhere? The answer is no. So what my created mythology has been surrounded by pretending that I'm in Nova Scotia. So for those of you in Nova Scotia, you may not really understand the allure because you're there and maybe you take it for granted where you live. I don't know. I also personally have this whole mythology surrounding Nova Scotia. We lived there for a little bit and my family's from there, and there really was something for me at that time very romantic about the quality of the air and the quality of the weather and the quality of life and the quality of the people. And mind you, at that time it was an awful lot of being around family, so that may have been something about it. But anyway, I don't live in Nova Scotia. I live in Ontario, and lately, I feel like in order to coax some of the joy and excitement and a deep sense of satisfaction into my life, I have been pretending in moments that I live in Nova Scotia. So I've been I've created this whole Down East playlist full of crazy Celtic style music, and there's some rock pieces in there too, and Ashley McIsaac makes the cut, and Great Big Sea and all kinds of crazy stuff. There's some Scottish stuff thrown in there, and anyway. And so I was thinking about how we as a human race over lots and lots of times have created mythologies. We've created stories, we've created tomes, we've created, all kinds of things to help us find understanding, to help us find joy, to help us find a reason for being sometimes in our physical world. And I feel like those stories can help raise you up when you're stuck in your physical body in a not fun way. Again, with the oncoming of, the holiday season, for me, I've eliminated most of the stress of the expectations of the season of, buying things and showing up places and wearing nylons. Anyway, it's a long story. Wearing nylons okay, I'll explain it. When I was little, getting dressed up involved putting on a polyester dress, and you stick nylons on and you wear uncomfortable shoes, and somebody pulls your hair back tight and you go through the motions of quietly visiting all your family members while sweating and being uncomfortable and not being able to adjust in these Sunday style dresses. So, some of the stress involved with this season for me really is about the next stage, which is January, February, March, when it's very, very quiet. And I love the quiet. I'd stay home and craft all damn day watching Netflix if I could. But there's also that, the PUC wants money and I have to pay my rent. And in January and February, March, there's not a whole lot. So that's where the stress comes from for me. So lately anyway, what I've been doing is, so I've got this whole mythology. There's no breaths in between here. Breaths, I said. I've created this whole mythology where the perfect stuff, my perfect life is in Nova Scotia, locked inside some, creaky old house that cost me almost nothing in terms of Ontario money. And I write books all day and I craft and I listen to music, and I finally learned how to play that damn violin, and there are kitchen parties and dances and events and lots of stories to be told and lots of people that tell me their stories. And so anyway, I've been pretending that I live in Nova Scotia when I drive around in my car. So the only, and you can create, there's a whole thing that you can create in my head. Some days I'm hanging out with big gods. Some days, you know, part of my mythology is in this physical land with its gods and its very particular story with our, you know, different Native American populations, and I feel it, and I live it, and I breathe it, and I walk with them. But lately there's been something, and I think it's attached to the stress of the season, where I'm just like, I feel like I want to run away. And running away for me is going to Nova Scotia and finding some house that I'll sit and write in and read cards to people all over the world, and that's how I'll make my money, and I'll finally write the stories, and there will be satisfaction in the paintings and the crafts that I do, and there will be the whole reason. For me, it's laughter is so important. It's like, so where's the laughter and where's the joy and where's that feeling that you raise in your body to feel satisfaction. So anyway, if you see me in my car singing really loud and joyfully and tapping on the steering wheel and singing jaunty tunes, just know that that's me trying to lift. That's a trick that I use to lift my spirit and find reason for being and find joy in the moment when I am sort of feeling a little bit stuck and I don't know where to find it. It's a trick that I use. So anyway, after all that, what I want to say to you is, do you use any tricks? Any kind of like mental or mythological games with yourself and your brain, and to lift your spirits and find the joy? And let's try to keep it mostly PG. I got nothing. Anyway, this has been a really long video, and I should probably get around to washing my hair. It's so grown.